Hi guys, welcome to Man United Agenda. We're here to talk about another great result, a clean sheet, 1-0 win against Lyon in this pre-season friendly. And welcome back, Donny. Hello, everyone. This is the Man United Agenda. It's 8:30, and we're doing a live reaction. There was a kickoff today, 2 p.m. That was against Lyon, all the way up in Murrayfield, the great Scottish stadium for rugby union. And I'm joined by the wonderful Mr. B. Now, Mr. B, how are you doing, man? Did you get home in time to watch the game?
I got home to watch all of the second half and a little tiny bit of the first half, but I saw enough. I watched the rerun of the first half, so I'm up to speed, as they say.
Good. We're going to go into that very soon. Just want to say hi to Big T. Say Johnny rocked and Donny rocketed. Yes, for sure. We're going to talk about that. Stephanie Griffin saying hello again, and with the poetry, that's from Big T. Some things have got to be done. We talk about poets. He's got some rhyming slang. Maybe do a rap for our theme tune. Big T. Stephanie Griffin saying here, another win, another game under our belts. Fitness and confidence growing. Yeah, that's all you want to hear, isn't it? Sound like a manager, Stephanie. Hi, guys. That's from Vincent. How you doing, Vince? Yeah, fitness is growing and quality is showing. See, Big T's rhyme. From now on, Big T, every comment has to rhyme because you're going that way, in that direction. I love that. I love it. You people, they're having a little poetry battle rap there. Alex is saying here, man who played well in both games pre-season. Enjoying watching him play. Yeah, me too as well. And big up, thank you, Stephanie, for the big ups there. I want to say hi to Bounce Off the Ropes podcast. Big up, lads. Love the show. Thank you. Go and subscribe to Bounce Off the Ropes podcast. I'm assuming that's boxing, the squared circle. Yes, we love boxing too on this show. I love boxing. And so a lot to talk about.
I'm on there. Well, look, you've just brought up boxing and rope.
Yeah.
Who's winning, Crawford or Spence, bruv?
All right. You know I love boxing, yeah? I just think this is a great fight. Finally get them in the ring. I do think it's going to come down to some small kind of variables here between being in Las Vegas. If it's close, I think Spence will get the decision. I really do, if it's close. I think Spence is not the same guy he used to be since the car crash. And I think he used to live a little bit of a bad lifestyle. Drinking and all that kind of thing, but hopefully he's going to get himself fit and we can have a great fight. Boxing wins, that's all I'd say, because finally, like UFC, you see the best fight and the best. Now we're seeing the best fight and the best, so I hope everyone tunes in. It's going to be a fantastic fight. Obviously we're here to talk about Man United and football, but this to me is sport, and we want to see competition in sport. So I'm going to say I want Errol Spence to win because he's Jamaican, but I love Terence Crawford. I think Spence is just a bit bigger. If you can put it on him and take it to levels. Might not have the skill set. He might get tagged a few times, but I think the pressure could tell and slow Terence down. And Terence has been in wars before. We say wars, the Gamboa fight, he gets caught. He gets caught a couple of times in the fight. Even Jeff Horn, he was getting tagged a couple of times. Then he adjusts and makes adjustments and everything else. But this is high level.
That's the
I
part.
want Spence to win.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that before we go on?
Crawford, you said Spence. I want Crawford. That's it. I just feel that his skill set is gonna be and his athleticism is gonna be what gets him out of danger. But look, either way, whoever wins it, boy, boxing wins. Sorry, we should be straight off that one. Sorry.
That's what the podcast is wrestling. So who's gonna win? What's the next major event? SummerSlam's coming up, is it? Or SummerSlam should be coming up. Yeah, who's winning SummerSlam? I don't know. And AEW is competing. They're doing really well as well. So anyway, yeah, big up to Bounce Off the Ropes and appreciate you coming in. Has your maid come today? Solo, speaking of the devil, Solo's in the house, isn't he? Evening, ladies and gentlemen, he's saying here. Here we go. Great to see young lads, Gore, Fernandez, Manu, Johnny Evans playing well. That's from Box. How you doing, Box? For sure. Spence is knocking out Crawford, says Box. Big up Solo. Stephanie Griffiths, that's from you. Big Solo getting enough love in here. Big up to King Dino as well. Mr. B versus Francis Ngannou, who wins. Big up to Ranjet. Big up, Big T saying here. It's better rhyme. When they get in the ring, like a bee, one will sting. There you go. Real 50-50, yeah, for sure. We can talk boxing on here as well. But remember, Muhammad Ali said he was greatest, but Matt Busby said that he was wrong. The greatest was a lad called Duncan Edwards from Dudley. Yeah, there we go. Back to the real business here, and that's the big fight at Murrayfield today. It was Lyon, our opponents today, Mr. B. I mean, shall we? Yeah, let's start with the lineup, shall we? You called it pretty good yesterday. It was covert in goal. And you had the defense locked down. It was Fernandez, Martinez, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. In midfield, though, you were right. Midfield was right as well. You had Kobe.
Thank you very much.
The only thing you got wrong was that Anthony started. You had Hugo starting as a striker, and it was Anthony, Ahmad, and Sancho starting. What do you think we're getting down now to sort of like more first teams? Kobe's the only one, and Hannibal there who seemed, and Ahmad, 3 players, and Fernandez, 4 players. And the keeper, 5 players who really and truly are on the verge of something. They have something to prove. The others are first team players there. So it's all about these 5 players representing and standing up today and starting. So that's a good sign. Don't you think, Mr. B, about these 5 guys, Kobe, Ahmad, Fernandez, and Kova, and Hannibal? It's great to know they're on starting.
I think it is.
Games,
I mean, the Kova situation. Obviously, we know he came from Sparta. Well, he was our player and won the league at Sparta Prague, so he's actually come back as a winner. He looks comfortable, but the 2 games we've played, our goalies really haven't had to make a save. That's fine. That's no problem. But at some stage, you want to see what they're going to be like under pressure. So that's the part of it that I want to see. Obviously, Mainu, again, I just think he's class on the football, man. He's so fleet. He's got such light feet as well. Change of direction. Did he waste a pass today? I'm not sure he wasted a pass today again. So I think he's now impressing. Mabry, he didn't stop running. I think he's got. I mean, look at that age. To be fair, he should have energy to burn, but he's using it in the right place. Mount, I think, is a calming influence in there. To be fair, he's done okay. Who else are we talking about? Youngsters.
Fernandez.
Fernandez. You know what? I really think Fernandez has got a chance. On Monday, I really think he's got a chance. Yeah, I do. As much as Malacia's there, granted, sure, there's going to be games where Malacia can't play, or maybe Martinez may be rested. Shaw's goes inside and Malacia's not available to play. Then, I don't think at the moment, it's 2 games. But I think Fernandez is proved that, especially system-wise, he understands what's going on. So I've been the youngsters, they've really impressed. Yeah, I've been really impressed with them.
Okay, so first half, that was the team that went out there. We had a lot of chances. I did get home. I took a half day today. I went in, booked 4 hours off. I thought I'm leaving at 12. I want to go take a game and in peace. And I made my notes and everything else. So first half, and wow, let me just say, Scotland. I think I always think of Scotland as grim, cold, cloudy, horrible. Just freezing cold up there. But it was such a beautiful day. The grass was green and fresh and lush, and the stadium was packed, and they had the bagpipe player playing before the game, up in the stands or even on the roof. It was a fantastic atmosphere, and the pitch looked like a pre-season pitch with the grass needed a little bit of trim. The ball was slowing up, but it was a beautiful day to play football out there. So yeah, really enjoyed that. We had so many chances. I mean, in the first 10 minutes, we had about 4 or 5 chances. And I just want to say congratulations to the players. They were pressing. They were going man to man. They were pinching the ball, not allowing Lyon to play out. Really put it on them. And those energy levels is really exciting to see how we can pin people back like that and start creating chances just off the press. Everyone wants to play out from the back these days. We've got a formula now with Mount leading the line and encouraging and being that motivator in there. You got legs with Hannibal. I don't like to keep referring to Hannibal as having legs. He's a technical player, very good technical player, but he does his running as well. All the guys were well drilled. They were all on it, and Lyon really suffered. That's why we created so many chances early on. I think Ahmad should have scored, and he had a great chance to score as well, but they didn't finish their dinner. But it's great to see us getting these chances. That was just the main thing for me. And also from the first half, the thing that stood out for me was the goalkeeper. 2 occasions for me. I put it down in my notes. Another cutting pass from the goalie to start a move. So we're playing out the back. Bit risky a couple of times, but if you continue to do that, the defenders get more confidence in you, and he's playing it out. They're trying to close you down. He just plays a little blind pass, bop, into feet, and then we can play out easily. I thought the keeper was fantastic doing that today. Big up to Kovar, however you pronounce your name, Kovar or whatever. I've got a comment here from Jeff. He was saying he's disappointed that Kovar is going with the kids to Wrexham and not on tour with the main squad, because obviously they're both going USA, but they're going different places. But I thought he's fantastic today. Really did. Anything to add to that? Because we did create a lot of chances first half.
We did, but is this a forward? Is this just a lack of striker situation on Monday?
Well, we had Sancho up there.
The chances didn't fall to one person, but the chances didn't actually fall to one person. So at the moment, it's a team not scoring thing, which was the same as last season. Ten Hag did say that he was a bit disappointed with the finishing. There was 3 chances, he said. At least one of those should have been put away. So he sees it, but it's just because it's not falling to one person. This is the part of it that I'm a little bit worried about. The fact that nobody's finishing their dinner. You know, the clean sheet's fine, and it's only pre-season, and you know, Lyon especially weren't exactly. Maybe I should need to give us credit. I don't think we allowed Lyon. We didn't give them the ball. When they had it, we took it back, and then we didn't give it back to them, and that's what I like to see. Yeah,
granted, it wasn't Lyon's first team. There's a lot of players missing, but as Big T say here, Lyon tried their best, but they were lacking in the chest. That's a rhyme. Their defense was at times warranted a rest. I love it. Keep it going, Big T. Keep it going. Don't you think he's right at the point? King Dino saying here, the technique from Donny to score the goal was unreal. That's in the second half. We're coming on to that very soon. Alvaro is a very strong lad. Yeah, let me talk about the left back, man. Just building up from the back. This is something we're seeing. I'm seeing something different now. I think we're playing a box midfield. We're playing 3 at the back when we're building up. This is when we have got the ball. We're trying to build up from the back. Alvaro Fernandez, he comes into the midfield. He cuts right into that inverted role. And with Kobe or Mount, they rotate. And they're there in the box midfield. And then ahead of them, you've got like Hannibal and you've got Ahmad or Mount. So it's really sort of creating options in the midfield and overloads in that respect. So that's really, and it's effective because the goalkeeper is able to distribute the ball and would be bypassing their first line of press. So I think it's really important that this left back is playing really well at the moment. Obviously, he's a bit shaky at times because he's getting the ball on his left foot and he can't really pivot or get around players so much. He needs to learn that in tight areas, but it's good enough for me from what I'm seeing that he's getting in the right position. So I'm really rating Fernandez at the moment. He was known as a marauding left back, but now he's showing me he's got more to his game, where he can position himself really well as inside the midfield and create that box for us and give us opportunity to play up from the back. I'm loving it right now. Anything to add to Fernandez? I mean, what did you think of his performance first half? I thought he's outstanding.
I said that I'm the thing that I'm enjoying, as you said, you were talking about him being a marauding left back for Preston. He's not playing that way for us, which means that these players are following the instruction, and this is the part of it that I wanted to see. Whoever comes in to the position that they're supposed to be playing does the same job that Casemiro would do. Obviously, not with his ability, but if Mainu's the one, I'm just wondering, are they going to get the trust on Monday? Are they going to get the trust? It's 2 games, and you know what we're like. We're well, I'm a very glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah.
Is this going to be enough? If we don't get the Amrabat? Is Mainu gonna be the one that we can rely on to play? These are the part. This is the
Mainu has really performed well. We have to give him credit, but it's a big step up from the level he's playing at the moment to playing senior Premiership football. I mean, and the Champions League as well. I'd like to see him in and around the squad and get odd game. That would give him more confidence. But I really do think a loan move or being on the cut another year under 23s. I think his development is going really well. I just think he needs to go and play Championship football like Ahmad did to get that sort of real step up and get that real confidence to say, I deserve a place. At the moment, he's just a prospect, and then we can see talent in him for sure. But I would like to get Amrabat in. That would just be a bit more security for us in that position. King Dino saying here, we did look energetic and dominant, but we really need a goal-scoring striker. Going back, so obviously we're playing Sancho down the middle. A couple of times he's holding on to the ball just a little bit. I'm not disrespecting him because not his position so much, but he was doing his job, holding up the ball, and it was just too tight and allowing him to get back and trying to play intricate play in areas where he sometimes just get out your feet and just do boom, a bit more direct. But I can't fault Sancho for this. Put him back in his natural position, he'd be fine.
Which is
Anthony,
his natural position is
probably off the left or in the middle or to the right, sort of a bit deeper, where he can get the ball and sort of link up without having his back to goal. That'd be more ideal for me. We've got a list here from Jeff about goalkeepers and thing. Steffi saying Joe Hugel did a good job in the second half as well, and shows that we need a centre forward. Yeah, it shows big time because he gives you something different. Benny McCarthy said George Kyle is a world-class striking coach and could fix our lack of goals. What, is he going to get fit again? And come on, Evans is coming return. Right. Johnny Evans was amazing today. Made Maguire look average for sure. I don't believe that. And key part of the job will be shooting drills. That's from Benny McCarthy. Yeah. So we definitely need a striker, don't we, Mr. B? I mean, we didn't score in the first half with our best side. We didn't score in the first half in the first game against Leeds with our better side. It all happened in the second half, didn't it? I want to say hi, by the way, to RJ. And we're going to talk about the second half. I'm going to read the lineup because everyone wants to talk about Dan Gore. I sort of didn't recognise him in the first game. But Mr. B, this is your area now because you did watch the second half. And I'm going to read out the team for the second half. We had Carl Kovar in goal, Gerardo in right back, Evans and Fish, not Will Smith. We've got Will Fish in defence, and Williams was playing left back. In midfield, you had your man Freddie's back, Gore and Donny van der Beek back from injury. On the left-hand side, you had Hansen playing a bit out of position, Hugo down the middle, and obviously Forsen, the French guy with the left foot, who's gotten a goal assist in the previous game. He's playing off the right. What do you think your thoughts of the second half? Because after 48 minutes, we scored a goal.
I was so happy for Donny, and you could see what the goal meant to him. He knows it was a friendly. He knows he's probably not going to be staying with us for the season. But the release, I think, all of that tension, all of the frustration that he's had, all came out in his celebration. I was smiling, for him. I was happy for him. It was a good finish. But Gore, he was our he was the under-18s captain, I think. And then he's been playing for the under-21s. Yeah, I'm sorry, under-23s. And I thought he had a half decent game. He was better in this game because he played the other game and said we didn't notice him. But I thought he had a good game today. Obviously, the assist early gave him a lot of confidence to do what he was doing. But very, very tidy player. I said it's nice to see youngsters. Is he ready? Probably not. Actually, not even probably not. No, he's not ready. But what it does do is put him in a shop window now for teams looking for maybe that sort of midfielder in their team. And hopefully, if he does go out on loan, he goes to somewhere that's going to benefit his skill set.
Yeah, for sure. I was really impressed with him today. I didn't notice him last game. There's a lot to sort of overload, isn't it, to sort of play a cam on several players when you're watching this. But today, it did stand out to me. I mean, the goal, We had a throw in deep in their half on the right back position. Gerardo took the throw, quick one, and what's the name? Gore got to the byline, had composure to play a ball, lovely ball in the 6-yard box, and Donny made himself a bit of space, which he's great at in those areas, and volleyed it. Not half volley, volleyed it into the net. It looked perfect. It was a great technique. It was a great goal all round, and really nice to see those sort of moves coming off. But it's the work rate. Sometimes you have to make those runs and really push it to open teams up. And if it wasn't for Gore being industrious like that and really, driving like that, the goal wouldn't have happened. So fair play to him, because Lyon were organised. Laurent Blanc, their manager, obviously a former player of ours, is then their manager. They came 7th last year, so we've got a lot of young, talented players to come in, but they were organised. I'd have to say that they were very organised, and to break them down, we needed a bit of a fight. And he's got a lot of grit. He gets into tackles. He's industrious as a midfielder. He gets about. He's got confidence on the ball as well. I like him. Bit small, but first I'm really sort of studying him. And I think, fair play to him. He played magnificent. He should be really proud of himself. And Mr. B, what do you think about Donny? I mean, what a comeback, bro. Does this sort of change our opinion? Do we sell Donny now? Because everyone's saying we've got to sell Donny.
No, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Look, I'm not into this last chance saloon bit. He had his last chance already. He's lucky, say lucky or unlucky, however you want to do it, that he actually got injured. So let's not get it twisted. I'm happy for him. I'm hoping now, instead of people wanting to loan him, somebody's now going to spend money on him and buy him and take him off our hands. That's what I want. I'm not interested. Donny, he ain't been good enough under Ollie. Ten Hag came in. Oh, he's played under him. Ten Hag soon realized, Lord God, this guy's not the guy that I thought he was. And then he was slowly drifted out. So no, I think the injury did him a favor in regards to all of a sudden he's come back and he's the new Donny now. Let him go. Let him go. Cut the losses. Get him off the books and get him out.
Man United agrees with you. He says, I think, we're talking about Brandon Williams. So we come back to Donny comments. He says, Man United, how you doing? He says, I think Brandon Williams isn't at the level required to play for Man United. He looks tired in the second half. He's only played 45 minutes.
Yeah,
George
get him
Tyler
out. Yeah, get him out as well.
Okay, you want him out. Okay, so Donny, George Kyler saying, no surprise, Donny doing well against French farmers. And we've got RJ staying here. Same lineup as of today, must start Saturday against Arsenal. But I'm sure there'll be senior players coming back for that game, won't there? Regarding the goals,
what they'll play.
Okay, fair enough. Stephanie Griffiths is saying here, Gore, part of the 2022 Youth Cup winners. We remember that. We covered that game, didn't we? And gorgeous cross, thumbs up from Stephanie Griffiths as well. So big up to the young man. Sell Donny for 60 million after that goal, says RJ. Want to say hi to Dooms Booms. That rhymes. Big T. What are you going to say about that? Yeah. Big up to Ed Mayhem. Said Evans apparently going on the States tour. He is, but he's going to play Wrexham. He's not going with the main squad, I don't believe. Jay is in the house as well. Said Donny van der Beek might stay if there isn't any more recruitments into midfield. Edmonds responded to Ed saying, yeah, he's going to play with the kids against Wrexham. Bennett got injured, so he has to step up for there. RJ saying Hannibal, fire, as in that must mean he's playing well. And Manu is to show up Rice if he plays in that game against Rice. It's going to be a great game coming up, isn't it?
We'll talk. We know at the end of it, we'll talk about what team we want to put out. Remember that when the show's done, we'll talk about the Arsenal one. Just a little quick watch.
Martial, I'm sure when they did the lineup on Man United TV, they put Martial number 9 in centre back. That was a mistake. Obviously, it was Martinez they meant, but Martial was on the bench, I believe, by all accounts. I saw Martial on the bench according to the Man United data or the graphics they put up. I was a bit surprised by that, especially when they put him as a centre back. I don't know if anyone else noticed that watching on MUTV. Quick question from Dooms Booms. Quick question for you guys. Hypothetically, Ivan Toney or Osherman?
I'll take Osherman all day.
Okay.
That's
do you want to bet on that?
Hypothetical answer, yeah, all day. Listen, look, we're not getting either of them. But that was a very hypothetical question, and Osimhen would have been my first choice if we had the money and we could have just gone out there and bought who we wanted. I would have just said go and buy Osimhen. So yeah.
If there's any indication of Murta and Arnold's world-class pedigree as negotiators, it is selling Tellez for 4 million. If there's ever any indication of Murta and Arnold's world-class pedigree as negotiators, 4 million. We were talking about 10 million yesterday, weren't we? I think that's gone down. We've dropped 6 million there. Man United saying here, Martial's travelled. Okay, so Martial is on the plane to the US of A. Can I just go through the second half? So Gerardo, any thoughts on him? Second half, the right back.
Much of a muchness, to be fair. I don't think I'm not sure. I think he'll probably be going out on loan. He hasn't shown enough yet, and I'm not sure he has. You look at Wan-Bissaka. I mean, Wan-Bissaka still looks so ungainly in the stuff that he does.
Yeah,
but Gerardo's nowhere near. Yeah, he's not. He's filling gaps at the moment.
Okay, yeah, so he can be one for the future, next couple of years maybe. Evans and Fish as a partnership. What do you think about? I mean, did he really have to do much? He was strolling out there, I felt, but great to see him back in it.
I mean, it's lovely, and it's nice. There was a couple of times he was telling the players where to be, and he was waiting for them to hit that space before he made those little things. Those are the things that I like to see. He's coaching the players. He's coaching the young central midfielders. You know, I mean, Fred today. You never say Fred lacks effort. I think he was going through. He was just going through the motions today. He didn't have the same. I don't think he had the same tenacity as normal. Maybe it's the first game back. I don't think he had that. So I'm hoping that's a sign that he's going to be packing these bags real soon, to be fair.
Okay.
What do you think of Hansen on the left?
Definitely on the left, saying good Evans above Maguire. And regarding Fish, Emma saying here, Fish has really grown compared to last preseason. It's really nice to see that development when you don't really watch him regularly. He's playing for Hibs. He's going back to Hibs as well. I think he's done all right.
He's going back, isn't he?
Going back to Hibs, yeah, I think so. George Kyle is saying, do not disrespect Warren Wan-Bissaka. He feels he's the best right back in the world. He played really well today. Played really well. Doesn't give the ball away.
You know what? I didn't. Sorry, if maybe I should have. It's just what he. It's just his technique. He gets the job done, but it's his technique. It just looks wrong. It looks like it's not fluid. His forward technique is not fluid. Is maybe what I should have suggested, or should have said.
Excuse me. Sorry, Harvey Barnes is going to Newcastle. Thanks, George Kyle. Got a comment here. Martial will get injured at some point on tour. Fish could net some goals. That's from Box. Great pun work there, Box. Very well done. RJ saying here, I have a conspiracy that all this PR is positive for United's transfer window, in his opinion. Announcing new owners would be stupid. Prices increase, window closes, and maybe we get the chic announcement. So that's a conspiracy like your one about Harry Kane coming late in the window. Jeff saying here, Emma, really like Will Fish, saw him play for Hibs, and we'll watch him again this year for sure. He's looking good. Wan-Bissaka bullies every opponent he plays against. I mean, people have realized he's got a reputation, hasn't he? If you're driving at him, you just think, right, who can I pass it off to? And leaves players on his backside with his skill. And another question from Dooms Booms. We'll take this question. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to read it out to you now. Answer, fingers on buzzers. Mr. B, how many goals do you think Haaland needs to score that it seems like a good buy for this season? If he arrives, how many goals do you expect him to score to say, for a 20-year-old to say that's a good signing?
Anything over 15, to be fair.
Okay.
I think anything over 15 first season. But what I will say is this. If he could have scored 50, that's the part that I'm worried about. You see Lukaku when he was at our club?
Yeah.
He missed so much chances, but he still scored a reasonable amount. I'm not interested in misses. Yeah, I'm not interested in misses. What I'm interested in is hitting the target and making the goalie make the save. Don't hit the ball wide. Hit the ball over the bar. If he's unlucky because the goalie's making saves, I have no problem. If he's not scoring because he's missing the target, then we have a serious problem. But 15, what are you thinking about that? Don't skip it.
Well, all right, I won't avoid that question. Yeah, I think if he does come at 20 years old and it's his first season, he plays 50 games or something, I would expect him to score 15 to 20 goals. That'd be a good outlay. You got 8 goals from Anthony last season. You got 30 goals from Rashford. So as a guy who's for that sort of price, I would expect 15 double figures, definitely with goals, or at least some real contributions, as in assists as well. Anyone getting gas over a preseason game as well? Andrew Williams not having it. Jim Mack saying, "Missed the show. Are we saying we keep Donny for a second coming?" We said no. We did respond to that as well. Big T is not rhyming anymore, but he said the Glazers are refusing to go. Oh, actually, he is rhyming. All right, the Glazers are refusing to go. Not excited at our fannies go. The fans are really irate and want heads on the plate. But before the sale happens, we shall see snow. It rhymes. I just didn't. My delivery was poor. That one. So maybe do it. Good men says Dooms and Gooms, Blooms. Andy Martial, preseason Henry, don't be fooled. That's a good one. And Man United saying here, I think Anthony needs to develop his game. He's too predictable on the wing. He needs to learn how to use his right foot. We didn't pay 80 million for a left foot leg. Yeah, that's good point there. Just coming to midfield, we had Fred, Gore, and Donny van der Beek in the second half. See anything? Oh, we spoke about Gore, but what about Fred and Donny? Two players.
Fred, no.
Question marks.
Fred, no. Donny scored the goal.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, halfway through the game, the second half, when he played a he played a pass. Like the ball came over and it was like one touch and he flicked it and it flicked over the defender. And the other United player was making the run. But it's like it happened. And I'm wondering if the commentary, because obviously the commentary's up. It's like they didn't even notice. I'm thinking, are these people taking a piss? He didn't even look on Monday. I thought, you know what? I love that. I love that. He's played with that swagger and confidence, you know. So yeah, I Donny, the goal gave him confidence. I thought Donny looked half decent. As I said, Fred was very, very subdued today.
Hansen, obviously he's a midfielder, attacking midfielder. He played off the left. I like him as a player. Hugo and Forson played up top in the second half. Obviously, Hugo, he's our main striker at the moment. What do you think of him, Mr. B? What's he got about him? We've seen 9 minutes of him so far. He scores a lot of goals in his level, stepping up. What do you think?
He plays as a centre forward.
Yeah.
I don't know on Monday. He actually plays as a centre forward. He's not drifting out left. He's not drifting out wide. He tries to lead the line. I'm not sure. Well, he's definitely not. He definitely doesn't have pace. That's one thing he doesn't have. But he looks like he knows where the goal is. So I'm not sure. I think he won't be there. I think he's going to have to go out on loan. But I think they'll have to be smart with the club that he goes on loan to, in regards to maybe it's not going to be maybe championship level, but maybe not one they're expecting to be challenging. If you see what I mean, because then he's not going to be playing. You know, you want a team where, I don't know, maybe they've come up. Maybe there's a half decent team that came up from Division 1 to the Championship.
Yeah.
And they play a style of play that, you know, don't expect him to play but you want him to be given a chance. So I think he'll go out on loan. I think he will go out on loan.
So overall, I mean, let's hear what the manager had to say about the result. Because it's pre-season. I know Andrew Williams doesn't really rate pre-season and says there's not really much to talk about. But the manager said it's an enjoyable game. I've seen a lot of positives, so it's enjoyable to watch. It was how we want to see our team play. Front foot, lots of dynamics, be aggressive. So it was a good game. I totally agree with that, especially in the first half. We were very on the front foot and really aggressive as well. We need to take our chances, he says here. So first half, how we started, 3 massive chances from the start, but that's it. That was it straight. The criticism. You have to score. You have to net. That was already our problem last season, and we have to realize that. We have to be more ruthless and clinical in those situations. But we create them, and from good pressing and good turnovers. So I'm happy with that. I think in the first half, it was really competitive game, and in the second half, we totally dominated. the game by being in their half, staying in their half. And like you said, there were some young lads who made good impressions. So second half was more domination, and by being in their half and staying in their half, that means keeping the ball, retaining it, and keeping them on the back foot, which is good, especially for the centre backs. Not many turnovers. Young players. Talk about the young players. Go on.
No, I'm just saying that's the part of it that I like. We kept them in their half. You know what I mean? We're not letting them out, regardless of. There's going to be, look, I'm not naive enough to think that after 2 preseason games, we've had that eureka moment. But we talk about not being a possession-based team. This is our problem. We give the ball away too much. We're not a possession-based team. Yeah. If we can keep pinning teams in their half and then they have to catch us on a break, that's fine. Because now when the ball goes over, we haven't got that big gap with De Gea sitting on his 5-yard line. You know, dilly that. And we've got Onana now who's going to be 20, 30 yards up the pitch. So now with them being able to push, because last year we played the deepest out of all of the teams. We were the ones, when you look at the stat map, we played the deepest. Why? Because we were scared to come out. We didn't want that space in behind. Now I think he can afford, and we were saying, oh, you know, with the players that we've got on tour, we're not going to be able, with Heaton playing, we're not going to be able to play. We're not going to be able to play that way because he's not Onana. We talk about systems and we keep talking about systems. The system is the goalie plays as far up the pitch as he's supposed to be playing, regardless of who it is, whether it's Heaton, Kovar, maybe even we'll probably see Bishop or Harrison doing it on that leg, that version of the
Mr. B, I've just got to go for 1 second. Take over.
No problem. Yeah, maybe. Oh my God, you've got an armory badge up. You've got an armory badge up. We've been hijacked. Oh, good, he's taking it off. He'll be back in a minute. Obviously, you know the situation with these dog guys. We haven't even asked you lot to hit the likes. Please hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Look, see, look. The dog heard that the De Gea and barked at. It's like you'd see my demon. Look, De Gea's gone now. Yeah, so farewell. Yes, Box. It was an Arsenal badge. We've been hijacked. They're setting it up for the double watch along that we're going to be doing on Saturday. So guys, first half, who was your man of the match? Second half, who was your man of the match? Just out of curiosity. He did. Oh, good God. I know that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you saw it. As I said, we're doing a double watch along, and they hijacked the thing, man. They made us worry. But you know what? We are going to talk about the Arsenal game. I said, I'm not sure that you lot's rivalry. Actually, I know it is. I know the rivalry goes that deep. I hear the ting. I hear the ping.
Oh my God! Yeah, sorry about that. You know what happened? I'll tell you anyway. So yeah, I've got a buzzer system on my door, and the buzzer went. I think no one knocks my door. I'm one of these people like you have to be invited to come to my yard, you know. And it turns out my neighbor downstairs, she kind of Jamaican woman. She works in my uncle's restaurant, and my cousin brought her back, and he just knocked on my door to say hello. So the dogs are going off. Yes, I had to just duck out for a minute. Who let the dogs out? Yes, I'm only showing his true colours by ducking out. Don't talk about me behind my back. I'm back here to defend myself, you know. He's got to make sure he doesn't forget anything. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's one of the things. It rarely happens. But the buzzer when the dogs were going off.
Is this
Yes, Junior. See, that's he comes to my door. Say hello. Big up to Junior. You disturbed my podcast, man. I had to cut out. I was very unprofessional. Yeah, next time call me first. No, that's it. Great man. Let me say this: family's so important. This Junior is a great man. Does so much to keep the family together, man. I have ultimate respect for him. Yes, as we were saying, where were we there? All on purpose.
Basically, when you cut out. when you cut out the army badge was up.
Yeah, I noticed
So
that.
you wouldn't have seen it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
So
disgrace,
look,
isn't
we're
it?
just
That's an
saying we've
absolute
been
disgrace.
hijacked. Yeah, it's all right. It's not a
They did
problem.
that onto us, didn't they?
We'll
They
get
did
them
that
back.
to us.
It's no problem.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
got
think they'll get.
Saturday.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think they'll get.
we're talking team performance there. We talk about Armory and stitching us up like that, but we're talking about what's next, and it's them, isn't it? It's all about Arsenal on Saturday. Big game, big game. Now, I don't care
Yeah,
about friendlies and all
yeah.
this kind of thing. Don't mean nothing. We need to give them some licks because Arsenal are acting like they've won Champions League and they're big time now, and they've become above us 2 seasons in a row, and they can talk down to us like they got some sort of hierarchy thing going on right now. I'm saying this to all goonbugs and all Arsenal fans out there. Come Saturday, I don't care if we're playing Utes or whatever, we're going to show you something. The way we started today, and when we're going to have our full, like, we're going to have a lot of senior players coming back in as well, it's going to be on. So they better be ready. I know they were drawing a game against some weak team the other day, but this is serious. This is some serious business. We ain't playing no more. Playtime is over.
See, you've got that unfriendly aggression back. So on Monday, it being a preseason, and us knowing how Ten Hag works, what do you think that team's going to be against Arsenal? Guys in the chat,
yeah,
talk to us. What do you think that
I
team's
think
going
you
to be
should read
against
out.
Arsenal?
You haven't been that wrong recently with your team. Goalkeeper, I don't know if Anana's going to be there. Obviously, they're saying about getting a visa ready for him to travel to the States. That'd be ideal if he was starting. But otherwise, I'd like to see Kovar after today's performance. I want to see him playing in the team. Mr. B, should we run it through together? Right back, Wan-Bissaka for me. Even though Delo's back, I think Wan-Bissaka should start that game.
Oh, is Delo back? I mean, look, I think he's gonna Wan-Bissaka sits it. I think Varane, Martinez, and
no
Fernandez.
We've got Luke Shaw and Malacia coming back into the reckoning.
Yeah, even if they've coming back, I think he's got to use it as a preseason game. He's got to use it. No, don't use it as we're playing Arsenal. So I think he's going to go with that back four. Central midfield. Does he go Manu again?
This is a big one because I think this is the thing. We don't know about selection issues, so Casemiro might be back. If Casemiro's back, he just gets straight into the team, I believe. Because I don't think, look, even though it's friendly, I don't think, yeah. Because it's like what we're doing in friendly. You're playing one half A team, B team in the second half. So Kobe Manu might be a B team player now if Casemiro's back. What we've got to look at here, what's crucial here, is Kobe's done really well, but playing against Arsenal, we have to get a result. And even though they say it's only a friendly, it's not that important. It is important. In public, they say it's only a friendly, but behind closed doors, they know they have to get a result. You can't be losing. Remember last season, we beat Liverpool 3-0 in a friendly. And Liverpool fans like, it's only a friendly. But we were like, nah, we gave some licks. You know, that was important. So I think the same applies.
And then we dicked them in the league again. Yeah.
So who are you going for midfield?
Okay. So you go. I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. So I wouldn't change the midfield that's been playing. I'm playing Hannibal. Yes, I'm playing Hannibal. I'm playing Kobe, and I'm playing Mount. I'm going to tell you the reason why. That's what I'm playing. Now, why I'm saying don't change it is one, obviously they've been playing preseason. Two, Casemiro and those guys are just coming back into training. And even when players are injured, Ten Hag does not bring them straight back. He gives them a half. No, he gives them a 25 minutes, a half. And if they do the half, and they're decent, then they get the start. I think he's going to ease them back into their playing because it's about individual fitness. It's not about, at the moment, it's not about a team fitness. It's about everybody's individual fitness. So everybody's come back at different stages. So I think he's going to try and get that going so that by come that last week, everybody's had maybe the same amount of game time in their legs. That's how I'm looking at it. Now, another reason why I'm saying that central midfield, managers see things, managers clock things. When we played Liverpool in the preseason, and Ten Hag, Klopp said, "Oh, it was weird because they man marked our players, blah blah blah." Now, we had seen him playing it, and he was shocked about that. So he was able to maybe adjust. Now, if we go in there with those three playing, we know in the league game, Mainu don't start and Hannibal don't start. They're going to be replaced by Bruno and Casemiro, which is now levels above what we've got. We don't want to show them. We don't want to show them too much. You understand? That's more what I'm thinking. We want to beat them, but we don't want to show them everything. You know what I mean? You give them a little bit, which is the formation and the system. You know what I mean? You might tweak a little something. But when it comes down to the game and he thinks, oh yeah, we played them and they had, hold on a minute. Bruno's now in Hannibal's role and he's not, he's not running around here, there and everywhere. He's now got his lane and understand. And then you've got Casemiro. I'm not being funny. There's levels to this in it. So I don't think that they're going to be, and that's how I would be looking at it.
Okay, just to go for some comments here. Box has put out a team. He's put Heaton, Dalot to start with Shaw in at left back, Casemiro and Mount, Fernandes, Garnacho, Rashford and Pellistri. So a lot of these guys, it's a completely different squad. And the midfield here from Jeff is saying Casemiro, Bruno and Mount. It's quite possible. We've got Eriksen, Casemiro and Fernandes there as well. Talking about last summer, Martial was on fire. That's from Jay, and that's for sure. And Eriksen's not starting over Mount. So it looks like Mount and Eriksen are sort of vying for the same position from what I've seen so far. Mount definitely offers
I think so.
Lot. I think Mount offers a lot more, in my opinion. I love Eriksen as a player, but when you're talking about drive and getting it, Mount was, I mean, there's one time in the game today in the first half, he was sprinting back like not 75 pace or not half pace. He was going full pelt to get back. And I thought, wow, I would be down on my knees, waiting for the camera to come off me so I could get a blowout. Seconds later, he's jogging back to press again. And I thought, wow, you must have some huge lungs, boy, to be doing that because it's tough.
Good.
Tough at this stage of the season. So he's super fit, and I'm really impressed by that. And I know Eriksen, unfortunately, can't do that anymore, or not that he ever could. So Eriksen's a great player to have, as Box says here. Eriksen's the bench is a supplementary player, but a great option to have, most certainly. Emma's saying here, I generally don't know what Ten Hag will do, but he'll probably start with the most senior players and then change to the youth at half time as well. Vincent saying here.
That's what you were saying on Monday.
Yeah, I think we will. I think he will. We know what he's like. We make them keep watching the right hand, bum, 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 and then don't know where the left hand comes in. Bang, game over. Okay, so it's sort of like jab, 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 get them used to that, then pow, right hand knockout, and then the game will be over. He's using boxing terminology. Nice one. But I don't know. Jabs go pop, 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 not bum, 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 bum. And you're making me say bum, 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 bum on the stream. I don't like that, Vincent. So my jab, pop, pop, pop. Yeah, that's more like it. Bum, bum, bum. He's even spelling it. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, I'm going to stop saying bum. And we talk. So Arsenal, I mean, look, they made a lot of additions, Mr. B. And they finished 9 points above us. They finished above us again for second season running. They're doing really well. You have to give them credit. They're more advanced than us. They're 4 years in, whereas this is only our second season with a new manager. It's a tough game for sure, isn't it?
It is, but on Monday, let's not. There's no friendlies. It's not a friendly. I just want to see. I want to see a system, and I want to see a pattern. Once I see that, that's fine. Because Arsenal aren't going to be ready for what we're going to give them over the weekend. I'm absolutely convinced. Arteta is a good manager, but Arteta isn't. See, I don't think he's on Ten Hag's level. You see, 4 years down our line, we're going to be winning a whole heap of things. That's our thing. And if we get back to how Arteta is getting backed at the moment, where he said he wants £100 million player, you know, you've got your £100 million. We are 2.5 years behind them. And we gave them that, the 9 point. Yeah, the season, however the season finished, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I still believe that there's more to come. And I said, in 2 years' time, look at what they did. How he's improved these players. We had pre-season, they improved them. During the season, they improved. And now we're looking at Mainu. Mainu got, 90 minutes of football last season. But what did Ten Hag do when he came in early? Do me a favor, mate. Sign up this little guy here. Make sure that you get him on his contract. Yeah, make sure you get him on his contract. And then he kept him out of the limelight. He didn't play him. Yeah. He played the European game where he started and came off, and then he played another game after. Absolutely convinced, though. And my memory is not good, but I'm so positive that that's what he played, and he just kept him out. So this season now, Mainu's coming. He played the first game, didn't waste a pass. Today again, he didn't waste. He knows the position. It's just physically, obviously, playing in that position, he is a bit slight, but he can still give a little bit, but he's going to be playing with men. But his feet are quick. That's the part of it that I like. He's skipping out the challenge. And guess what? If they go for him, it's a foul. He's won the free kick. So if they let him go, they let him skip past him, then he sees a pass. He sees a pass. Left foot and right foot, he sees a pass. So we'll see.
Just comments here quickly before we go on. Sigmund's in the house. Evening, guys. Been in the background working. MLS All-Stars tonight against Arsenal. So it should be an interesting precursor to Friday or Saturday when we play Arsenal. I'm going to be watching that game then. Arsenal always go goofy when expectations get going. They're bottle job FC, in my opinion, after what happened last season. 93% top of the league. Sitting top of the table, only to give it away with games they should be winning against West Ham, lost to Brighton, lost to Southampton, drew to Southampton, and 2-0 up twice against Liverpool and West Ham, and threw it away. When the pressure's on, they're bottlers. That's why I agree with you, Mr. B. After 4 years, I think we will be winning a major trophy. The major for me is a Champions League or league title. I'm confident with that. Ollie always told us it would be a 3-year plan. Gerardo or Dello should be in this conversation. Says Double A. Box is saying Arteta has been backed 100% with money and back to get all the players he wants, plus being allowed to offload the likes of Ozil, Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe as well. Last season, we beat Liverpool 5-0 in pre-season. I don't know. Was it? Oh God, that's brilliant. I'm going to be honest. I want Martinez and Anthony to ignore Timber fully, just like the dickheads. Just like be dickhead. Oh,
just be dickheads to him. Yeah.
Don't be friends with him.
Yeah.
Slip the jab, says Jay. Boxer saying Onana, Virgil, Donny, Van der Beek. Sorry, Martinez. And Anthony, they're all brilliant. So, yeah, Timber, welcome to the big time. That would be so much fun, says Emma there. And Double A saying Palestri on Man City list of players to replace Mahrez. Yeah, Mahrez has gone. I'm surprised by that. So, Man City
are you?
Side. I'm surprised, yeah, because they got rid of, and they're getting rid of Bernardo Silva as well. I'm not sure, but they're
already gone.
Big up to Wayne Rooney. He's back in the USA. He's managing the MLS All-Star team. Do us a good job and get some of them players injured. Wayne Rooney is managing All-Stars, by the way. There was a skill challenge last night, which was a lot of fun to watch. I think I saw Havertz.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Good grief. Oh, Lord. I'm on there. Come on, man. It's lovely. That's their number 8 or their shadow striker or their... What position did they buy him to play in?
In various positions, I imagine, yeah. It's really embarrassing. Yeah, they gave him, they were sort of whipping the ball in to do volleys like Van der Beek showed today, and he didn't score one. He had about 8 opportunities to get on target, over the bar, straight to keeper. But saying that, I still think Havertz is a good player, regardless of what anyone says. Man City want Palestri. What F says Box right there. Rooney really talk trash about United fans not supporting the Glazers. That's from Jeff, who's a member, by the way. You can see right there, he's a member. 150 million we paid Palestri for, of course. And of course, City want Palestri. Doom Boom saying, screw Wayne Rooney, credit the Glazers, laughing at this guy. Wayne Rooney's a legend. I think he's a great player. He was a great player at Man United. Anyway, that's enough from us. We won 1-0 today. Nice, comfortable result going into the big game this weekend. What's on store for the rest of the week, Mr. B?
Well, we'll have a show tomorrow. I know, guys, we purposely didn't talk about the bunglings and the PR spin that's going on with the Glazer takeover. I didn't want to darken our mood, to be fair. We came on happy and smiling, and we're going to leave here happy and smiling. If that's something that has to be spoken about tomorrow, then we'll do that. We will definitely have, whether we have 1 or 2 shows on Friday or Monday, we will definitely be previewing the Arsenal game. and
Yeah.
we will be coming. We will be definitely be doing a watch along on Saturday
Good.
for the Arsenal game.
Good.
We will have we can have 7 people on screen.
Good.
Anthony Herbert has already said he's going to be there, so we will get a few. It may be a full screen. It may be an unorganized mess, but one thing will be certain: I hate Arsenal.
Especially now when they're getting confident again and starting to sort of
I
flare up
love.
and get
That's
a
the
bit
part I like, though. That's
Yeah.
the part I like. I've got a little thing on there how this season's gonna go, but I'll say that to you off here about that. I'll keep that to us
We'll save it
just
for
in
Friday
case.
for
Yeah,
for Andy
yeah.
Herbert and those guys. But anyway, guys, it's been the Man United agenda. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget we'll be back tomorrow at 8:30. Have a lovely, lovely evening.
Hold on before we go. The game kicks off at 10. We'll be on from 9. Bang on 9:30. We'll be on Man United. Bang on
9 a.m.
9:30. No, PM. It's an evening game, bruv.
Okay.
People,
Okay.
man's
All right.
gonna be
So that
drinking
means
all
it's
day.
like
I mean,
1
man's
o'clock
gonna be
kickoff.
drinking Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's going to be
Lovely.
hot in the heat of New Jersey. That's going to be really painful for the players. But yeah, hopefully we can do the business. Count me in as a spot. Yeah, Sigmund.
Sigmund, you're a member, and this is the beauty of being a member. Drop us a DM on Twitter. We'll get the follow and then we'll get the link sent to you. As I said, you don't even have to come on with your camera if you don't want to. If you want to, great. If you don't want to, no problem. But yeah, let me know. If you need a US, see, members, I've got 2 of you. Jeff, I've already got your details. We'll deal with that. Sigmund, I would love you to come on the watch along on Saturday. You're more than welcome. We'll sort that out 100%, mate.
Just like we did yesterday, we finished the show by saying thank you to everyone. Jeff saying here, become a member for the price of a pint. You get insane perks. That's from Jeff. He's a member as well. Thank you, Jeff. Hit the like button, you cool cats and kittens, says Jeff as well. We appreciate that. It helps us a lot for the channel. Great show. Keep up the hard work, watching all day long. Just remember to say the right names. Yes, that's from Vincent Fox. We got Man United. Yeah, he's obviously asked for the time as well. And the quadruple is inbound. If you need me, a USA voice, let us know. That's from Jeff as well. No doubt about it. But Mr. B, yeah, a lovely result. Lovely show as well. I'm off now to sort of sort out the dogs and stop saying bum, 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 bum or things like that. Thanks a lot, guys. And thanks for the rhyming from Big T as well. If you notice, Big T, I think he said rhyme. He managed to keep that going throughout the whole show. And we'll be back tomorrow at 8:30. Join us, Man United Agenda. Thank you.